Today, we look at Elon Musk's relationship with Putin as we try to figure out how they got here. But before we continue, just take a few seconds to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos and updates. And with that, let's take a look at the relationship between the Russian president and the tech genius, who also happens to be the wealthiest person in the world. Make sure you watch this video until the end to learn more about this topic. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting videos. Welcome to TechSpot. Since March, the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine has been causing world unrest. This is primarily due to widespread concern about a possible World War III. But even when things seem really difficult, there is one person in particular who is not afraid of facing off with Russia. That person is none other than Elon Musk. He has been at the forefront of the war, showing his full support for Ukraine. He also looks pretty determined to stop Russia and maybe even take a punch for Ukraine. He has definitely managed to attract Russia's attention, and it seems they now want to talk. Elon Musk has done a really great job of frustrating Russia. He has somehow managed to counter most of Russia's plans to isolate Ukraine by offering his utmost support to Ukraine. Protecting Ukraine seems to be Musk's ultimate goal right now, and in the process humiliating Russia. However, Russia still wants to prove the whole world wrong. It has now decided to threaten the U.S. Dmitry Rogozin, the head of the Russian space agency, has claimed that the sanctions that the U.S. has placed on Russia after it invaded Ukraine could have some pretty harmful effects on the operation of the Russian spacecraft servicing the International Space Station ISS. Because of the sanctions, the Russian segment of the ISS, whose primary purpose is to correct its orbit, could be affected. In the long run, this can cause the 500-ton structure to crash into the Earth and maybe fall into the sea or onto land. These were the words said on Telegram by Rogozin. Rogozin has proven that all his support is for the Russian army during this crisis. However, he said, the Russian segment ensures that the station's orbit is corrected on average 11 times a year, including to avoid space debris. He even went the extra mile to publish a map of all the potential locations where the space station could crash down, even pointing out that it was not likely Russia. Rogozin then explained that the population of other countries, especially those controlled by the dogs of war, should consider the price of the sanctions that have been placed against them. To top it all off, he described the countries that have imposed the sanctions as crazy. As a form of retaliation for the sanctions that have been imposed against it, Russia has decided to stop supplying rocket engines to the U.S. as of early March. Dmitry Rogozin said, in a situation like this, we can't supply the United States with our world's best rocket engines. So let them fly on something else, their broomsticks, I don't know what. According to the Russian space agency head, ever since the 1990s, the U.S. has received about 122 RD-180 engines from Russia. 98 of them have been used to power Atlas launch vehicles out of all these engines. In addition to that, it is said that Roscosmos also wants to stop servicing the rocket engines that had previously been delivered to the U.S. Dmitry said this while claiming that the U.S. has 24 engines that will now be left without technical assistance from Russia. Surprisingly, Russia was just crying wolf when they started all this. Because of the Western sanctions imposed on them, because of the attack on Ukraine, Russia announced that the cooperation with Europe on space launches from the Kourou spaceport in French Guiana would be put on hold. However, the tech giant, Elon Musk, always has a response to the comments and tweets, especially those that seem to attack him. Responding to the broomstick joke by Dmitry, Musk gave the best reply, following his recent success in March. SpaceX, the leading private space company owned by Elon Musk, managed to launch 47 new Starlink satellites. This was not even long after Rogozin announced that Russia would stop delivering rocket engines to the U.S. After the successful launch, Musk replied to a SpaceX clip on Twitter about the launch of the satellites with 4 U.S. flag emojis and a caption reading American broomstick. This was definitely directed at Russia and Rogozin in particular. With Russia's recent decision to stop the supply of rocket engines to the U.S., the SpaceX CEO spoke up about the quality of the engines. This was during an interview with Matthias Döpfner, the CEO of Insider's parent company, Axel Springer. This interview took place at Tesla's factory in California. Musk said that the Russian RD-180 engine is excellent when asked about it. He even confirmed that U.S. aerospace enterprises such as Lockheed Martin and Boeing use these Russian-made engines. In addition, the ULA, which is a joint venture between Lockheed Martin and Boeing, depends on the Russian RD-180 engine to power the Atlas V rocket. With Russia's announcement, ULA is planning to employ Blue Origin to develop the new Vulcan rocket's engine. However, this has recently been facing a lot of delays, making it frustrating. When asked about SpaceX's facing some risks with the decision of Russia to cease delivery of the rocket engines, Musk said that they were not facing any threats, since all their rocket engines are designed and manufactured by SpaceX. Since SpaceX owns no Russian-made components, they are not affected. Musk has given Ukraine access to the SpaceX satellite internet system to counter Russia's plan to isolate Ukraine. Since Russia began attacking Ukraine, people have feared that Ukraine would lose internet access, either through the destruction of the internet structure or through cyber attacks. They sometimes face temporary outages and attacks on government websites. However, the country has not yet faced an internet blackout. In fear, Ukraine's Prime Minister, Mikhailo Fedorov, tweeted an appeal to Elon Musk. The billionaire gave in to the request and had a truckload of dishes, which are the Starlink satellite dishes, sent to Ukraine. In addition to the dishes being delivered, Musk also turned on Starlink's space internet service to Ukraine. This made headlines, owing to his life-saving generosity. Even though it is not clear whether Ukraine really requires an alternate internet service, having the support from the richest man in the world is enough to give them hope to keep fighting. However, with the internet service activated, there have been worries that Russia could trace the satellite signals and target the users. But for this, Elon Musk has given the Ukrainians advice on how to use it in the best way, keeping them connected to the internet and safe from attacks. With all this, Musk seems pretty serious about helping Ukraine. He has even said that the aerospace company has updated the Starlink software, reducing the power consumption. This makes it possible to power it through a car cigarette lighter. He has also said that mobile roaming can now be done, which means that a phased array antenna can keep a signal while moving in a car. Musk appears to be on a roll when teasing the Russians. After Starlink Internet was made available to Ukraine, Dmitry Rogozin asked why the CEO would do this, even after Russia's attack. Musk replied with a tweet saying, Ukraine's civilian internet was experiencing outages, bad weather perhaps. So SpaceX is helping to fix it. The country's official account also appealed for cryptocurrency donations after the Russian military invaded the country. However, the first 2 were deleted out of the 3 messages sent. The addresses posted for the various cryptocurrencies were consistent, but the wording changed. However, it is not yet clear whether the messages were deleted on purpose and reposted, or if adding the cryptocurrency addresses triggered controls put in place by the Twitter app because of the account hacks that happened in 2020. Elon Musk has even gone an extra mile to challenge Russia's president, Vladimir Putin, to single combat. The tech giant tweeted, "I hereby challenge Vladimir Putin to single combat," using the Russian alphabet to write the president's name. He also wrote, "Stakes are Ukraine," writing Ukraine in its language. Not long after, Musk wrote a message in Russian, which was more of a follow-up tweet, asking if the president agreed to the fight. He even tagged the Kremlin's official Twitter account. Since the invasion of Ukraine by Russia began, Elon Musk has been deeply involved in it. He has tried his best to help Ukraine, even standing up to the Russian president. What do you think of the relationship between the two? Feel free to let us know in the comments section below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for our future updates. This is TechSpot. Thanks for watching.